It's the mid of May. We are in Jerusalem. The first few minutes it might be a little bit windy, a lot of breeze than accepted as it. I'm trying to avoid it, but I cannot. That is Jaffa Gate, and that's the beginning of the city. And if you will look to the south, actually east, you can see the Dome of the Rock, which is the end of the old city. Then you can understand that it's not so big, but we are here on the roof of the Christian quarter, Armenian quarter, and the Muslim quarter, and we are blessing the Bible of Susan and Paul Italiano. The Bible, the Old and the New, is covered with olive wood, and you can see the Lord's Prayer here. A little bit of the earth of Jerusalem is there as well. Then, Susan, we are dedicating it to you, but to anyone who is now watching the video, if you want to have your own Bible or your own cross, go to Buy Me a Coffee link, which is beneath the video at the description. If not, send me a message via YouTube and I will send you the link. But in front of us you can see the Christian quarter, and what you cannot smell is the good food, because I can smell the shawarma, the falafel, the kebab. I'm not starving, Zahi, I'm not starving, I'm not. You can see here two domes of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the Church of the Holy Tomb. This is where so many Christians believe that Jesus was crucified, died, buried, and resurrected. But there's another option. It's called the Garden Tomb, which is outside the city of Jerusalem. It's not so far away. In front of you, you can see the Redeemer Church, which is belongs to the Lutheran Germans. And look how beautiful is that street and the roof. It's so rare to be here. It's not so touristic area, but the view from here is one of the best one. And although it's a little bit dirty here, because some of the people who live here hiding themselves and they are drinking alcohol, although they shouldn't do that. And this is the part of the wind. I hope that he will survive it. It comes and goes. And we're heading to the most beautiful view here of Mount of Olives and the part of the old city of Jerusalem. The Muslim quarter begins from the fence to the end of the city, and you can see the Dome of the Rock, which is the site of the Jewish temple. That is where Abraham sacrificed Isaac according to the Jews and most of the Christians. That is where the two temples of God were built, one by King Solomon and the other one by King Herod. Today you can see the Dome of the Rock, which is the place that, according to tradition, Muhammad ascended into heaven. Ascended into heaven and promised us to come back again. Then you can see Mount of Olives in front of you, and that is where Jesus ascended into heaven. Not far away from here, Suzanne and Paul. That is where Jesus taught the disciples the Lord's Prayer at Mount of Olives. Another option here is another site here is the white area at Mount of Olives, and this is the Jewish cemetery. There, and I know that you like it, everyone who comes to pray and to worship his dad will say Shema Israel, which I know that you know it by heart. Then it's a glimpse tour. We will take you now to will take you to the Jewish quarter through the Christian quarter, and you will see exactly where is the border between those two. If you are heading to here, to the rooftop viewpoint, see those stripes? Use only that. If not, you might fall, and you don't want to fall. That Jewish quarter is the new one, and this is the Muslim quarter. It's old one. What do you mean new? The Jewish quarter is supposed to be the oldest one. The Jews were here before the Muslims, the Christians. True, but in 1948, the Jewish quarter had been destroyed by the Jordanians. Then in 1967, when the Jews came back to Israel, to Jerusalem, they built their Jewish quarter from the beginning. You can see that we are above the market. That Jewish quarter, Muslim quarter. The market is just beneath us. But we are heading to the Jewish quarter. It's so beautiful now. It's so not hot. It's even a little bit chilly. Soon it's going to be very hot. Until we will enter to the Jewish quarter, although you can see it. Did you subscribe my channel? If not, this is a very good option. I'm almost celebrating 20k videos. I myself cannot understand that. My daughter is calling me like every 2 minutes now, although she understands that if I'm not answering her, then I'm busy. I know what's happened. She forgot her keys, and she wished that I would be at home, but no, she will wait outside the house for another 4 hours because she forgot the keys for the 10th time, and I'm in Jerusalem right now. Ooh, slow. Said pigeon. Welcome to the Jewish quarter. You can see that it looks old, but the stones are totally modern. You can see the flags of Israel. We just celebrate the Independence Day. Then you can see that the flags are still here.
שמע, כאילו אני אומר, שמע, אני אעשה לו טסט נגיד עכשיו, כאילו עוד חודש נגמר לו.
You saw the kippah on his head. The kippah will divide the Jew from God. God is above us, we are not. And a little bit of politics, because in my tools, I'm trying not to hide anything. You can see that the names of the street are always in Hebrew, Arabic, and English. And someone here tried to delete the Arabic. The same thing you will find in the Muslim quarter. Someone there will try to delete the Hebrew. Let's climb up. You can see the mezuzah on the door. And that is always on the right side. If you do have mezuzah, it means that this is a Jewish house, just right there. And this is from the time of God. God told us to do that. Now, then we will find it in every entrance, or in some of the places next to every door. I want you to understand that in that area, we found the Israeli Tower during the archaeological excavation, but from 586 BC. Until we find here evidence until the Hashmonite time, the Maccabees time. That's how it looks like. And it's not the only evidence, because some of them you will see soon. And we will see a wall then the King Hezekiah built against the Assyrian. He knew that if they will conquer that area, and especially the city of David, that's it. That's the end. Then in that case, you can see a massive wall of King Herod. A wall from 8th century BC. That's blessed Bible here as well. You can see that the wall, estimate height of the wall was 24 feet, 8 meters. You can see only the base of it, and you can see that it's quite wide. And guess what?
Built a massive defensive wall to protect the city.
And the Assyrian couldn't conquer that city. Then we saw the wall from 8th century. What you see here is the beautiful Jewish quarter from 1969 and up. But I want you to understand that beneath it, there's so many museums. You can find the museums of the videos of it at my channel. But we are reaching the center of the Jewish quarter. Let's see what we can see from here. There were two main synagogues in Jerusalem, the Jewish quarter. Both of them been destroyed by the Jordanians. One of them was already built. The other one, rebuilt in a way. The other one is in front of you. That is Tiferet Israel. When he will be ready, I will be one of the first people on the roof to take a video of the most amazing view of Jerusalem from there. You will be able to see the Temple Mount, the Western Wall, everything is there. Now, everything that you see here is totally kosher. Kosher, to make it simple, kosher food is when you are not mixing dairy products with meat. Then, for example, here the barbecue, which is totally kosher, she barbecue and shawarma, no cheeseburger. Even the ATM here is holy. Sorry, it's not holy. Is not working on Friday, between Friday evening to Saturday evening. That's the one. And just to show you that it is kosher, let me take you to one of the shops. It's too crowded there. Then I will find a different one. But if you're talking about the mezuzah, You can see a huge one right here. In it, as God told us to do that, to put it on the right part of the door, and then in that case, in every Jewish house you will find it, even if they are not religious. Look at the school tools here, a little bit noisy. And in it, there are 4 prayers that God told us to put there when the Jew enters to a house. Is usually kissing the door, the mezuzah on the door. This is the second synagogue. They've been destroyed in 1948 by the Jordanians, but they built it, if I'm not wrong, at 2010. Next to it, you can see a mosque. A replica of the menorah of the Jewish temple, or maybe might say the third Jewish temple. Some of the Jews here are ready to build the Jewish temple. You can understand that today it's owned by the Muslims, and you might understand the tension between Muslims and Jews. It's not about Jerusalem. It's not about Israel. It's not about Palestine. It's about one month, the Temple Mount, or Haram al-Sharif. Now, most of the museums is indoors. You have to pay for that. One of the entrances is there, and soon I will show you another museum. Or at least I wanted to show you what they're doing. Renovating. I'll be able to walk here, then I will walk from there. I will show you a museum, an open museum, that later on I might prepare a video of it. Lord's Praise with me, and Susan and Paul, you are with me as well. Down here you can see a street from 6th century. Not here, so a street from 6th century. It's the main street from north to south. That's north, and we are heading now to south. And that's called the corridor, which is the heart of the city, the heart of the city. The main street from north to south. Although she is shouting, I call it with Madonna, which is not legal. I want to see 2 shops here, and there were more, and then a sidewalk. You can see the columns. The columns actually used to be part of a roof of the sidewalk against the snow that we have from time to time, against the rain, and against the sun. And this is part of the road itself. 6th century AD. We are at the floor of 1962. Look at the 1960. Sorry, 1960. 7. Look at the pita bread. Did I mention that I'm hungry? No, I'm not going to stop not to eat. A bakery, a good one. We're getting slow to the end of the Jewish Quarter. Let me remind you that you can, I will be more than happy if you will subscribe my channel, and I will be more than happy if you will go into buy me coffee to support my channel and me, and to support to buy your cross or your Bible. This is an ambulance in small streets, narrow alleys. This is the best ambulance that you can ask for. And here you are. You can see the wall of the city from the 16th century in front of you, right there. Let me show you the view. It's a little bit dusty today, but still beautiful. And if that is the last building of the Jewish Quarter, this is the Armenian Quarter, the Armenian neighborhood. Beneath us is an amazing church from the 6th century, and sadly, as you can see, it's not part of the Jewish Quarter, but it's beneath us, just like the Jewish Museum. Then thank you very much for being with me, and if it's okay by you, I must go back to my daughter. She's calling me every minute. Bye bye. Thank you, Susan.